News Live and Gate City Bank present the Bison Football Show with head coach Chris Kleiman.
You know, the expectation that was we were going to fight like heck against a team that I have just the utmost respect for in North Dakota State, but we're going to fight like heck and find a way to win. You know, that didn't happen, but again, that doesn't change those 199 plays before a missed field goal. You know, the guys fought and scrapped no matter what the score was.
That was Eastern Washington coach Bo Baldwin shortly after the dust had settled on a wild Bison win over Eastern by the score of 50-44 in overtime. Yes, it's true, 50-44. We welcome to the set head coach Chris Kleiman. Over 1,000 yards of offense, almost 100 points. Have you ever seen a game like that?
No, but we kind of anticipated it could be that way. It just in the fact there's such an explosive offense, and let's be honest, when you come into the Fargo Dome, you're going to give us your best shot, and it was no question their Super Bowl. They had to find a way to give themselves a chance to win, and they sure did it. And I was so impressed with their quarterback. What a great football player.
Couple of overtime games to start the season. I think it showed a lot of perseverance by your guys.
Yeah, a really resilient bunch of guys that we always never say die attitude. Always feel you have an opportunity to win, and we get into that extra set, and then you hope Coach Kramer's strength and conditioning program and our conditioning as athletes comes through, and it sure has the last two weeks.
Well, let's break this down. We got a lot of highlights to get to. So 50-44. We're going to start in the first half. This game took forever. It was well over 4 hours of game time. Lots of replays and such. First possession, Bison D forces a 3-and-out. Big win. Yeah,
we did a nice job being able to establish and stop the run game early.
You know, second possession for the Bison offense, things got rolling a little bit.
I thought this was a great call on 3rd and long to run the jet sweep and get ourselves a good field position there.
Punched this one in pretty quick. You know, a lot of talk about their defense, and you did get down the field pretty quick here.
Yeah, and really good cut here by King. Great block by Darius Shepard on the perimeter, and then we get the big score.
Well, Cooper Kupp's a big-time player, and they try to get him the ball in so many different ways. They tried a lot of different things here, didn't they?
They really did, and we knew that he was going to be a focal point of their offense, but we also knew, like everybody else found out, that they have a bunch of weapons around him.
You know, Kupp was as good as advertised, though. He's a spin move right here. He's so talented out in open space.
Yeah, he's 6'2", 215 pounds. It's hard to tackle him with one guy, and he's so elusive.
Well, this is the first look at the quarterback. We're going to talk about him a lot, but man, he really heated up to Stu Stiles here.
Yeah, he knows where to place the ball based on where your defender's at, outside or inside.
Cooper Kupp doesn't look fast, but somehow he's always open. Great route runner.
Yeah, he does a great job getting inside our coverage. We had him man-to-man, and he just beat us inside, and he threw it on time.
7-7, and the Riverboat Gambler, Bo Baldwin here in the middle of the second quarter.
Yeah, we thought they were going to do something like this, and we should just make that play. We just didn't make the play. We had position to do it. We just didn't finish it.
Bison D recovered, though. This is a great coverage call on a deep ball to Kupp.
Yeah, a really good job double covering by Bachmeyer and Grimsley, and then we're able to flip the field. And this is really important is the return off this. Great blocks. You see a bunch of guys, Jalen Allison knocking a couple guys down, Menard, Stanley Jones, to get ourselves great field position. And
many times after a turnover, you go right for it, and you go for a deep ball here, and this is a tremendous play.
Yeah, this is as good a play as you'll see by R.J. Urzendowski, and that's why he is as good a player as he is he just wrestles it away from the guy, and we were hoping maybe just knock it away for an interception, and sure enough, R.J. comes down with it.
Yeah, he could have given up. He did not. And you punch it in here, so it's 14-7. Important to get points off that turnover.
Yeah, it really was. To be able to capitalize on the turnover was big key for our offense.
Another 3-and-out. Back on offense right away. Get the tight ends involved.
Yeah,
here.
Great job by Jeff Ilias. I was really impressed with Easton's kick all day. I think he really improved as the game went on, and I think he grew up an awful lot yesterday.
But as we found out, a 2-score lead even is not comfortable against this crew.
No, not at all. You had to have your foot on the gas all the time, and we were dropping an 8th guy in coverage, so it's a little bit tougher to get home with 3 guys, and Gage was able to find all the open receivers.
That was Kendrick Bourne. He's outstanding as well. And here's another catch and a roughing the passer, so they're right in the red zone already.
Yeah, it doesn't take them long, and they're a rhythm offense, and we couldn't get them out of their rhythm, and then good play by Kupp. I thought Jalen had good coverage, and they were able to make a score.
21-14, so they came right back and answered that. Right before half here, you don't get any points here, but you kind of set a message here that you can still move the football. Good throw right there.
Yeah, great throw by Easton. I thought he played exceptionally well. Great route by RJ.
And this is a sign of things to come. Lance Dunn getting involved in the attack.
Yeah, I thought Lance finished every run that he had. Was really impressed with how our backs ran the ball.
Well, it's just 21-14 at half. You know, what happened in the second half, you didn't see it coming here at halftime. Fairly low scoring, 21-14. 255 yards of offense for the Bison in the first half. Great first half, 6 of 8 on third down. That's very impressive. Before we look at the fireworks of the second half, we're going to chat with Darius Shepard on the Gate City Bank hot seat. All right, Darius, as a child, who was your favorite cartoon character?
I'm going to go with SpongeBob SquarePants.
That's a great one. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Definitely night owl, yeah.
What is your favorite pro team?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay. Visit any place in the world, what would it be?
I'm going to go with China.
Oh, that'd be fun, yeah.
See
the Great Wall.
Maybe. Yeah.
Be good. What is the worst household chore?
Mowing the lawn.
Ooh, yeah. I agree. What is a weird habit you can't shake?
Biting my nails.
Yeah.
It's been a struggle.
What impresses you most about the Bison coaching staff?
Probably just how they get along so well and how they communicate with the players. They get to know us pretty well, so that's cool.
What's the one thing people don't know about you?
I have mad ping pong skills.
Really?
Yes.
I'll take you up on that sometime.
We'll have to see.
All right, thanks, Darius.
Yeah, thank you.
Coach, how did you feel at halftime? You're up 7.
Well, we were comfortable up 7, but there were some things we needed to shore up. We knew it was going to be a 4-quarter game, and we talked about being able to establish the run, and we had to find a way to make some stops, to keep our foot on the gas, because these guys can score from any place at any time.
Yeah, they won the toss, so deferred. So let's start looking at the second half. They had the ball coming out of halftime. Big drive for them, and they did march on this drive. And Gubru to Stu Stiles all day long here.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see what they were going to do for their adjustments at half, and they said, we're going to go to empty and try to spread us out even more.
Big game for Stu Stiles. Big hit right there. The Bison defense, though, big win here.
You can hold them to a field goal. It's an absolute win, and I was really pleased that they kept them out of the end zone and only gave up 3.
So it's 21-17. That was a 37-yard field goal. Now, quarterback run game started getting going.
Yeah, it really did. This is a good call by Coach P on a 3rd down, and Easton's so explosive through the hole.
And now a big play to Darius Shepard, so the Bison answer that opening drive for Eastern Washington.
Yeah, we thought we had a chance to get this play in, and it opened up just kind of like we thought, and Shep does a great job getting himself in the end zone.
Got rolled up on there, but he did continue in the game, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yep, 28-17. Kendrick Bourne, so Cooper Kupp gets hurt out of the game. They started going to Bourne, and he's really good. This is an amazing catch.
Yeah, this is just a great play. We have pretty good coverage, and he throws it one spot that somebody can get it, and it's going.
Hey, their quarterback caused a few problems with the run game, didn't he?
Yeah, he really did. We kind of blew our second contain, and then he does a great job of noticing that and going in and getting the touchdown. But he's a really athletic quarterback.
Yep, 28-24. Now you start getting the tight ends involved again a little bit here. Nate Jensen.
Really important moving forward for us to continue to have our tight ends involved, and I thought Jens had a really good game.
So first play of the 4th quarter as we flip now. Lance Dunn breaks free for a big run.
Yeah, and great job by Bryce Mesner setting the edge there on point of attack, and then Lance hits the hole, and then he's gone.
Yeah, he's got a great burst, 35-24. Now back, here comes Eastern Washington. These guys were not going to go away, and look at this throw by Gubru.
Yeah, there you go again, the empty formation, and I thought we should have been in better shape on this. We had him doubled, and we just missed time to jump with the safety. That one should have probably been a pick.
So deep into their receiver roster, here's Simba Webster. They had guys everywhere making plays.
Absolutely. Now they're getting into the rhythm. They're going really up-tempo, making it hard for us to line up, and they make a great play.
Big play here, though. They had momentum, and this was a monumental play.
This was, and we talked. We had to find a way to get a couple of turnovers, and ultimately this may have been the difference. Obviously, the 3 turnovers that we did get was the difference.
Missed the point after, though. It's 41-31. Now Eastern Washington not about to go away, and here comes Stiles again.
Lots of time to throw, and we're dropping the 8th man in coverage, and he puts it on a dime, and I thought Robbie was glad he didn't get kicked out. He shouldn't have.
Got a little pressure here, but he did find a way to escape.
Yeah, and that's the problem. And when we did get pressure on him and we didn't get the sack, then he scrambles out, and there's receivers running to spots, and they make a great job, or do a great job getting him open.
They missed the extra point, 41-37. A critical 3-and-out puts Eastern Washington right back on the field, and here they come again.
Yeah, great job. We talked about the 50-50 balls, and we didn't win those 50-50 situations late in the game.
They punch it in here, take the lead, 44-41 with 4:32 to go.
Yeah, they did, but same thing we talk about all the time. I didn't see any panic in our guys' eyes. I thought Easton did an unbelievable job on this 2-minute drill. Another great catch by Jensen.
That was a 3rd and 9. Here's a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, good call. We have a run-pass option, and Eastern breaks through and gets us in field goal range.
That was a rush for 13 yards. Now a field goal. 42 seconds left to tie the game.
You bet, and we're able to get to that extra, well, potentially that extra period.
Yeah, exactly, and they almost had enough time here. Boy, any seconds on the clock is not comfortable with these guys.
It's like I said, they can score from anywhere, and they go to their empty set again. We double the backside X receiver, and they have single coverage, and it's a 50-50 situation, and we don't win the situation.
Much like the Charleston Southern game, they had a field goal to win it. Thankfully, they missed it.
Yeah, they just pushed it off the same spot 2 weeks ago in the same corner.
Now, overtime, you win the toss, so you defer, so you go on defense first.
Yeah, we go on defense first, and great call by Coach Ince, bringing the blitz and get them off schedule. And rather than 2nd and 4s and stuff, we get them in 2nd and long.
Hey, when the Bison defense had to have it, you can talk about all the points on the board. They made the play.
Yeah, what a great play. That big-time players make big plays, and Trey Dempsey's a big-time player.
And here's the walk-off win. Lance Dunn. Wow.
Absolutely. We had the one-on-one with the safety, and Lance made him miss and took it to the house for the win.
Just like the Charleston Southern game, one play on offense at overtime, and it's a 25-yard run, and the celebration is on. And hey, the Bison are 2-0, 50-44. Tip your cap to the Eagles. Absolutely an outstanding offense, 556 yards of offense. That doesn't happen against the Bison, but they're going to do that to a lot of people this year. The Bison did win the turnover battle. That might have been the difference, +2 in the turnovers. Let's hear what the players had to say after the game.
We're 2-0 and 1-0 this week, so it feels really good. That's a really good Eastern Washington team. Credit to them coming in here. Played really hard, made a lot of plays, and but just credit to the guys in our locker room, our coaches. You know, that was a tough game, and I think guys showed you know, what makes this program special.
This is what we've been working for all off season. I've been working super hard all off season for this day and show what I can do out there on the field, and it showed. And I'm just proud of the team. We worked hard. We prepared. The game plan was super good. So
win the game. That's pretty much it. That's all that matters. Everything else that happened before that, it don't matter. It's all about what you're gonna do next. Before the game, we watched a little video with CJ. He was saying, "So what? Now what?" And going into overtime, we were saying, "So what? Now what?" They made it to overtime with us. Now what we gonna do? We gonna give up, or we gonna play like Bison and finish? So that was the goal. So what? Now what? Win the game.
Great job by Trey in overtime there. Another tough call for our Nodak Mutual Insurance player of the game. And in this game, you would think an offensive player, right? But Nick DeLuca impacted this game in many ways. DeLuca suffered an injury 2 weeks ago, showed tremendous toughness to get back on the field. His pick 6 late in the game really helped slow down an avalanche of momentum that Eastern Washington had built up. And to top it all off, he had 14 tackles.
Yeah, I think having the bye week is huge, you know, as far as recovery and stuff. That was definitely a blessing. You know, just rehab, a lot of rehab, you know, working the weight room with Kramer and all that stuff, really progress it. And, you know, talks with Pyatt, you know, Dr. Pyatt, and, you know, he cleared me today, and, you know, I felt like it was great. So, yeah, just full go.
That's kind of one of those silent leader opportunities where DeLuca, the work he put in to get back on the field has to resonate with the other players.
Absolutely. And on Wednesday, he wasn't cleared. And I think Nick said, boy, I have 3 days to prove to the medical staff that I can get out there and play. And he lived in the training room, and other than going to class, he was in the training room or at practice. And credit to him. He wanted to play for his teammates. He cherishes every game he has the opportunity to play, and so proud of Nick.
I think this is a game where you don't focus on the numbers given up by the Bison defense. You just tip your cap to the offense. And we want to take a look at the quarterback for Eastern Washington. I mean, amazing numbers. This is through 2 games. So he played a Pac-12 team and the #1 FCS team in the nation in the Bison on the road. And he's 60 of 80 for 1,050 yards from scrimmage. It's really amazing the numbers he is putting up.
Yeah, and I grabbed Coach Baldwin after the game, and I said, that's the best quarterback I've ever seen come into the Fargo Dome.
Yeah.
And there's been some good ones in my 5 years here, but that's the best performance of somebody I've seen come in here.
And also the best group of receivers, I think. You know, you talk about Cup, but they're deep. They're deep at receiver.
They really are. And, you know, we tried to take away Cup, and all of a sudden he leaves the game, and now they have 4 guys, and you say, which one do you want to try to slow down and stop? And maybe we would have changed some things, but we didn't have any time because of the rhythm of the game. So credit to their offense. And they're going to do this to an awful lot of people. We're excited to be able to escape with a win.
No doubt. Now, Lance Dunn, he's from Cedar Falls, Waterloo. in Iowa. He's really starting to emerge. You know, it seems like he's just making a lot of plays, and I thought Dunn did a great job.
Yeah, I thought Lance did a really nice job. I think he had 14 or 15 carries, and we're trying to share that those carries around a little bit and give a different pace of what King can do, what Bruce can do, and Lance and stuff. And I thought Lance hit the hole extremely hard and made some big plays for us.
26 carries, 178 yards, and 2 scores in 2 games. That's outstanding work by Dunn.
That's really great job by Lance. And we're improving in the offensive line and at tight end and blocking. And there were some couple of gaping holes on those 2 touchdown runs, and you just got to make one guy miss. That's what we always say is there's going to be somebody unblocked. You got to make him miss, and Lance did it both times.
So Austin Kunert now is a big story moving into this Iowa game. He is able to play. He's missed the first 2 games. He was the center. How do you anticipate getting him back into the rotation?
Well, we're excited to have an Austin back. He brings such a toughness to our offensive line, and he's been a 2-year starter here. He's going into his 3rd year of being a starter, and we'll use him at center. We'll use him at guard. That's the nice thing about Austin is he's so versatile to play a couple different positions. He's going to be able to play 3 different positions and give us a chance to maybe get a guy out or rest somebody, but make no mistake, it makes us better when Austin's in the game.
Well, on that offensive line, too, Tanner Volson has stepped in and played well, and the 2 Volson boys are now in the Bison program, and we're going to talk with that family from Balfour, North Dakota next. Stay with us. Welcome back to the show. A big part of Bison pride is in the in-state kids that grow up wanting to play for the Bison. And the Bison coaching staff has once again hit the jackpot in central North Dakota. The small town of Balfour has delivered 2 big offensive linemen for the Bison. In our Olaf Anderson construction feature story, Ben Barr traveled southeast of Minot to learn more about the roots of the Volson brothers.
Bison blood runs in the family for brothers Tanner and Cordell Volson on the offensive line, but their football journeys began in a small town and on this field at Drake Animus.
Growing up and stuff, you looked towards Fargo here in NDSU to come play football because growing up it was like the big time of North Dakota.
The kids learned right away that it takes a whole community to get something done. If we want anything to happen in our town, everybody has to help out.
While they may line up together at some point at NDSU, they've grown to be different players in their own right.
Seeing Tanner on film, you saw the size, the tenacity that he had, and then with Cordell, he was wild, outspoken. He was ready to go.
It's hard to admit he's a little bit taller than me, but I'm a little bit wider. He'll fall into the tackle role, I think, pretty well. As me, I'm just not quite long enough for that. I'm guard or center.
And as their college careers continue in Fargo, the bond they share will bring the best out of both players.
They're brothers. They still know each other. They know the ins and outs of their feelings of when, you know, they can just sense things different than a lot of just friends will or anything else.
It's kind of nice to have him here, to have someone to kind of like, just because it's your brother, it gives you a little bit more of encouragement and motivation to go after it.
I've told him it's not going to be easy at all, and it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of time, and if you want it, you have to stay with it.
Reporting for the Bison Football Show, I'm Ben Barr.
In-state kids who are big offensive linemen. The Bison have made a living off guys like that.
Absolutely. I've so enjoyed getting to know Ralph and Wendy. They've done such a great job with those 2 boys, and they're excellent football players. They're great students. They grew up wanting to be Bison, and Tanner's done a phenomenal job for us these first 2 games, and he's going to continue to play an awful lot, and we're excited about Cordell. He gives us great length at tackle, and he'll be a player that we'll see probably next year.
The small school North Dakota kids, we love to have them in the program. Well, the Bison found a big receiver out of the Twin Cities in this last recruiting class. 6'5" Sean Engel out of the Twin Cities has been the buzz since fall camp ended. Engel brings a height element to the future at the receiver that the Bison have not really had. He's an athletic 6'5", a lean 200. He has great hands, scored several touchdowns in fall camp scrimmages. He was part of the USA Under-18 All-Star football team and is ready to contribute when the time comes.
In high school, you're the #1 receiver. You're who they want to throw the ball to every time, and then you come in here at the bottom of the depth chart competing against guys who've been here for 4 years, and guys are 20, 22-year-old men. So it's a big change of pace, but you know it's nice to have all those guys just coaching you and teaching you the way of things and just perfecting your craft around here.
Well, it looks like he has a bright future, Coach.
He really does, and had he not missed a good chunk of fall camp, he may have been playing for us, but he just lost a lot of time with a hip injury. But he gives us an unbelievable look on scout team, and he'll be somebody to reckon with over the next 4 years.
Well, things don't get any easier for the Bison. The Iowa Hawkeyes of the Big Ten, the defending Big Ten West champs, are next on the schedule. We'll talk about it. Stay with us. Well, Coach, 2 overtime games against 2 top 10 teams. Game 3 is against the Iowa Hawkeyes. They're always good. They were very good last year. Kirk Ferentz has done a great job. It's an early kickoff. Yeah. What are your early thoughts of this game?
Well, it'll be a great challenge for our guys, and we look at that as an opportunity game, a chance for us to go and play what we think is a perennial top 15 team in the country. And last year they won their half of the Big Ten, and it'll be a great challenge for us. And our guys are excited for it, and we'll go down there and see what we can do.
You grew up in Iowa. What's the environment like at Kinnick? I'm sure you spent some time there as a kid going to games and stuff.
Yeah, it's a great environment. They have great fan support. They're right on top of you. Our guys will really enjoy the atmosphere. It'll prepare us for going into places like Northern Iowa and stuff as we get down into our Valley season. But it is a great atmosphere for college football.
Gary Barta and Gene Taylor are down there too, and another interesting element to this game.
Yeah, it'll be good to see Gary. It'll be good to see Gene, and it'll be good to see all of my family. It's a short trip for them, so it'll be a fun Saturday morning.
The Bison will be ready though, right?
Yes, we will be ready.
Best of luck, Coach. Great job being 2-0. Fantastic 2 wins for the Bison. It's going to be a fun week at Kinnick against the Iowa Hawkeyes. We will recap it next week for you. Have a great week, everyone. Enjoy that 2-0 record.